Welcome, welcome, welcome to Kaynichole After Dark. I am your host. Hey, Doja. I am your host, Kaynichole. So welcome. Join the conversation. You can come on when I'm about to close the door. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, Wednesdays is usually my day, 9 o'clock. So I try to get here on time. Usually I'm like 9:30, 10 o'clock. So kind of got here a little bit on time. So I'm excited about that. So Um, for those that are now joining me, welcome to Kaynichole After Dark. I am your host, Kaynichole. Thank you. Um, so it's just some updates. If you, my calendar still available. You know, it can be a collector's item along with the magazines. All you have to do is hit the links in my MagCloud. Check it out. Those that are interested in being in a publication, a magazine, Style and Soul magazine to be specific. If you are interested, please let me know. Hey, Adam. And we can work it out for you to be in the magazine. I am a creative director for Style and Soul magazine, so make sure you check it out. One other thing that I wanted to share. Yes, if you support my page, my channel, all that's going on, please don't hesitate to buy a badge or to just show love by buying something, basically, is what I'm saying. So do not be fearful in doing so. I'm doing good. I can't complain. It's Wednesday. It's hump day. So we feeling good. Shout out to the brand, number one draft pick. I'm wearing their shorts tonight. So shout out to them. We are trying to get ambassadors for the Kaynichole After Dark. So if you know of anybody, whether you want to support in the wine or the clothing, okay, let me know because I am looking for brands to work with during my Kaynichole After Dark. So if you have a wine brand, you have a liquor brand that you want to have shout out, I'm your girl. So yeah, ever give God thanks for life every day, every day. Welcome, welcome. So, okay, so now that I have shouted out all the brands and all the information that you need to know, let's get started. Get my glass of wine. This tastes like apple juice. So upsetting. Yeah, we're running out of wine, clearly. So we have this Brer Rabbit wine, which is non-alcoholic. I don't know what made me pick it up, but it tastes like apple juice. So, again, like I said, let's get into it. So, of course, I have my handy dandy notebook so I can stay on task with you guys because sometimes I'll be going all over the place. So, some of our conversation is going to do with, of course, sharing kinks with your partner, when to do it. Should you do it during date? Well, we're going to get into that. But the topics are, number one, locking it down early, fake stuff in the relationship. Shout out to Kels for that, creating that question for me based on the information that we talk about. Also, to those that are tuning in, if you are interested in giving any feedback or adding to Kaynichole After Dark, be sure to let me know. Send it into my DMs, and I will give you a shout out during the live, as you see here, to let you know that you helped me brainstorm. So thank you and appreciate you. So that was from Kels, fake things in a relationship, talking about that. And kinks. Should they be discussed before dating? Should you court or date? When to do? Kel says no problem. No, of course, yeah. You know, always get the, have to have the juices flowing and everything, so it helps. So should you court or date, when to do so? And then the last bit of the conversation is squirt or cream. What does it matter? Okay. So we're going to save that one for last. Okay. So it should be exciting. So let's, like I said, let's get started. Let's get into it. Kaynichole After Dark. Hello. So, okay. So when I was coming up with these questions, it always has a backstory. Like I said, I don't have a problem sharing my life. She better do boofum. Boofum. What's a boofum? I'm not even familiar with that. You gotta school me on what that is. So locking it down early, right? What does that even mean? So both of them. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, you're supposed to do both, court and date, but I'm gonna say when you should actually go about doing it, because sometimes it's not the best the time to do such things. So, but let me not digress. Let me stay on task. So, locking it down early, right? So, I have noticed, right, that when people feel like they've found a good thing, they want to shut it down. They want to lock it down. And I find that kind of curious. I want to know what y'all thoughts on it are, because I think that even though it's a good strategy, locking something down that you like, until you fully understand it, I don't think that you should be really locking a person down. That's just my general census of it, because I'm like, people are starting to be like real quick. Like they don't even really get themselves like 6 months. People are like rushing and jumping into relationships like they're going out of season. And I think that's just because people are in a kind of a frenzy on trying to trying to find their person. And I understand that, you rather go through it and get it done, but I feel like locking it down and saying that you're in a relationship already where you're still like kind of getting to know each other is not the best or the smartest thing to do. But I'm noticing it. I'm noticing it a lot with the 18 to 25-year-olds. They like something, they see it, they want it, it's theirs, and they want to have it. And I'm just like, slow down, slow down. Okay. I understand that a lot of us are very sexualized. And of course, young people want to experiment, have fun, all that good stuff. But you don't need to lock it down early. You don't. Explore, check things out, see if you actually like it, you know. But just because you found it intriguing, you are enjoying the sex, or you're enjoying the conversation, or how that person makes you feel, like, slow it down. No need to rush. I understand people want to be like, I need to know so I can move on, and whatever case might be. That might be true. But let's take our time in dating multiple people. And yes, I said it. Dating multiple people does not mean that you have to have sex with them. Okay? It just means date multiple people, see how they are before you lock it down. Because once you lock something down, you have to you have to be mentally prepared for that. And people say that they're mentally prepared for something like that when they're really absolutely not. So I understand the temptation to lock something down early, to make it yours early. Do believe me, I get it. When I've been in relationships and I've seen a guy and I'm like, if you're not trying to grab me up in the first 3 weeks, then I don't know what we're doing. But that's a mentality that's going to crash and burn, because again, it's important for you to know who you're dealing with. So saying that you want to automatically make it exclusive without fully knowing that person is a disadvantage. It's not advantageous for your actual growth. Thank you so much for a badge. I appreciate that. You're the first one for the night. Thank you so much. Night Angel Exodus, I can always count on you. Thank you so much. Again, show love by purchasing a badge. I have a subscription to my Instagram as well as my OnlyFans. So check everything out. If you like it, subscribe. So yeah, so you want to make sure that you don't lock it down early. It's not a good idea. Let me see. See to enjoy money says, I just wanted to pop in and show love. Headed by to work now. Talk to you soon, love. Okay, well, thank you for stopping by before you went on to work. I hope I can make you, your night a little bit brighter. So yeah, thank you. Tells Mr. Blunt himself says, I got to see all phases of her before I can consider locking her down. Okay. And that could take a really long while. So are you talking to other people during this time, or are you just mainly focused on one person? Because I noticed that too. Like, it's hard to multitask and to talk to multiple people, and to try to learn them and everything. So I really encourage, if you're going to talk to somebody and you got 5. Oh, thank you so much, Carlos, before you go to work. Thank you. I appreciate you. What was I saying? Got distracted by Carlos. Thank you so much, Carlos. So by locking it down early, if you're talking to 5 or 6 people, find the person that you have the most in common with, and then narrow that down until that you have your number one. Because talking to multiple people and trying to remember multiple birthdays and all these kinds of experiences, everything like that, no. So I'm going to say max 4, and then limit to 3, and then limit to 2, and then find your one. Okay? So that is my thoughts on that, and I'm glad that y'all shared your thoughts. I would love to hear more. So for those that are watching this on YouTube, please comment down below. And please like and subscribe. Always great. And those that are watching live currently right now, make sure that you put your notification bell on so that you're always around for Kaynichole After Dark. Thank you so much. Hi, Rudy. Welcome. Night Angel Exodus Presents says, locking down early can sometimes be because of fear of losing her. That's definitely a good point too. Or him, yes, it's more so the guy that has to lock it down, because the female can't really lock shit down without the man say so. But it's true. So you don't want to move in fear. Okay. So like I said, if you have multiple people that you're feeling, oh my gosh, Carlos, you're such a sweetheart. Mwah, thank you. I appreciate that. So yeah, if you're liking somebody, talk to 4 people, like I said, a hand's worth, and then limit it down till you find that one person that you can want to spend your life with. Kales himself says, I don't date. It's either I'm courting or I'm just keeping it cool, platonic. Interesting. So should we go into that now? Should we go into that now? Okay. Thank you. We should go into that now. So we're going to skip over Mr. Kells's question or statement that made me think. We're actually going to go to his comment right now, which is, should you court or date? All right. Laugh out loud, we can. Okay, awesome. I'm glad you concur. So, okay. So what is dating, right? Dating is the openness of possibly other people, because it doesn't mean that you're exclusive. Dating just means that you're talking to this person, that you're going out, that you're building experiences, that you're getting to know each other, right? Through outings, through talking on the phone, like you're spending a lot of time with this person. But doesn't mean that you're exclusively with this person. Just dating, okay? Courting, which is completely different from dating, is that you are looking at one person, because it'd be very difficult to court more than one person. I'm just saying. And the courting is more from the male's perspective, which he shows that is his woman. Like, he kind of says, I'm going to court you, meaning that I'm going to make you, I'm going to give the depiction of you as my female, as my woman. And we can treat it like this for 5 months, 6 months to a year, and see how it goes and see, are you that person for me? Now, when should you court? When should you date? Right? That could be a definite question. Hey, well, I think you should start dating. Okay. And y'all can tell me if I'm wrong. Please comment down below. That dating, I think, is when you just get to know the person. It's been maybe a week or two. Oh, thank you so kindly. I appreciate that. Thank you. That you should date when you're just getting to know the person, you've just met them, you're kind of learning their quirks and things. That's when I think that the dating should commence. Okay. And then I would say after knowing that person, unless, because I mean, there are excruciating circumstances, like I said, like for instance, if you have been watching, and personally, I know that there's a lot of men, and tell me if I'm wrong, gentlemen, tell me if I'm wrong, because I love the feedback. Believe me, I love the feedback that if you are courting, or if you're going to court her, then you're going to basically show that how it would actually be married, how marriage would actually kind of look. Hi, Fade Master, how are you doing? Hope all is well with you. Where, yeah, dating, it's open, it's free, and I feel like courting is when you're saying, oh wait, I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. That's what I was saying. If you see the person, if you're watching the person from afar, and you kind of got a feel of who they are, then I would say try courting, because I don't think there's anything wrong with that. You've been kind of have an idea of who they are, but you're not like this, like you don't talk to them every day, but you know that you've been watching them, you've been following them for a while and everything like that. And you're like, you know what? I want to jump headfirst in. Then I actually would kind of support that, because if you like really been paying attention, okay, really been watching them, really been studying them, and say, you know what, I'm just going to go all in. I'm not going to date them. I'm going to actually court them. Then by all means do that. Okay. But be mindful, make sure that you're doing what makes sense in the courting relationship. Because I notice, right, that a lot of people lead with expensive things, nice things, constantly giving things, and they can't keep up that behavior. And so the female's like, oh yeah, I definitely want this relationship and stuff like that. So now you courted, now she's yours, and she's expecting all that to continue. Like, it's not supposed to fade. It's supposed to get even better, right? So you were buying me caviar. Now I'm expecting helicopter rides, And if you can't commit to that, then don't do it. Court at the level that you know how to court. Don't be like, oh, I'm going to ball out during the courting phase, and then you can't maintain that, because it's going to fade and fizzle out quick, and you're not going to seem like a real person. And I'm going to say that to a female as well. Like, if a guy is courting you, do not jump out the window giving him all the things you would give a husband. Take your time. Take your time. Get to know this person and give out little things. If you want to, treat him to something small, like a basketball game, not like court-size seats, but like in the beach or somewhere, then yeah, do that. You want to make him breakfast in bed, one time that you're there, then do that. But do not jump out doing wife things in your only courting. Because especially if you can't keep it up, if you're doing it just for the time being to get what you want, it's not gonna last. So we want things that we are doing to have longevity. Okay, do things that are going to create longevity. So pace yourself. Okay, I'm going to say pace yourself, but definitely I feel like dating is when you're not ready to be exclusive. You want to try it. You want to see a whole bunch of different things out there. And courting is you locking that person down. And when to do so, when to court, I believe is when you're sure that you want to move forward with that person, that you're willing to budget that person into your life. That's what courting is. That's budgeting somebody into your life. You can't do that, I wouldn't do it. Kel's Mr. Blunt himself says, if I were a dater, I'm not putting too much energy on getting to know someone. Oh, damn. Why not? Why not? Because personally, you haven't shared your mentality on that. So why wouldn't you date? Why would you go straight into courting? Hey, Bougie, how you doing, baby? I hope you were doing well. I know I know you're doing well. You killing it and doing your thing, boo. So I'm super proud of you. Okay, shout out to Bougie. Okay. Night Angel Exodus Presents says you're absolutely court when you believe you found your person potentially. So you make it your purpose to date that person technically exclusively and slowly. You can be a slow burn when you court. Thank you, Night Angel Exodus. And I feel so too. But like I said, you have to put a time frame. And I don't know, everybody has their own time frame of how long they want to court somebody. So you can be a slow burn with it and everything like that. But again, you have to be mindful. You guys got to match each other's pace in a way, got to match each other's pace. Because if she's looking for caviar and you can only do fish and chips, then there's a problem. So, but definitely I agree. Courting is when you feel that you have found that person. And I totally agree. Like, do that. So we're going to jump back up. Hi, Max. I hope all is well with you. Haven't seen you in a while, but I'm sure you're doing well, or at least I hope you're doing well. So welcome. Kells, Mr. Blunt himself says, in my opinion, I think dating gives a person a false illusion to someone thinking there's a chance of them being an us, and it's not. Oh, damn. Okay. Okay. Tell me how you really feel. Okay, so gotcha. So why don't you come on the live? Come on the live, Kells. I dare you. Come on. Because I want to know, do you just study this person? Do you go out with them at all? Like, what are you doing that you just don't date and you go straight to courting? So I dare you to come on the live if you would. Straighten yourself out, brush your beard, whatever you gotta do. But jump on this live so that you can explain that shit. Give you a second? Okay. We'll give you time. But in the meantime, in between time, while you get ready to tell me whatever, we are going to talk about the fake stuff in relationships, right? So this was something that Kels had brought to me because he asked me if I had met a guy that had locks and found out if it was a wig, how would I react to that? And personally, I would be upset. I would genuinely be upset because I love locks. And so I would be like, oh my goodness, you got me. Like, you genuinely got me. So I would definitely be annoyed by that. But how about you guys, right? Since there are so many things that people can fake, right? They can fake a hairline. They can fake titties. They can fake butt. They can fake pretty much anything, even abs. How would you feel, or how would you take it finding out, like, while y'all are dating, that something on them is not real? Would you take that as, and this is just a think piece, okay? Would you take that as a betrayal in some way? Would you take them as a liar in some way? Would you take them as insecure in some way? And this could be something false, something fake and false, that it could be, like I said, I went with aesthetics, but it could be with their job. It could be with their car. It could be even with family. Okay. Let's see. Let's get.
Hold on. Let me hold on. What's going on, Kay?
What's going on?
Nothing, man. I'm chilling. I'm chilling. Yeah. So that's my opinion and my thoughts when it comes to dating. Reason why I say that is because, okay, just like you spoke earlier about when you date multiple people, right?
Uh-huh.
So my train of thought, I don't really have time to get to know Tanisha, Sailor, and Tierra. Like, I'm not planning on work like that. Because I feel like at some point, you got to retain information on a person that you quote unquote dating, right?
Mm-hmm.
So with me, I don't necessarily date, but like if we're like friends and, every once in a while you might hang out, stuff like that, those, I use that time to actually retain information on you. So,
Okay.
what I mean? Like we could just, even if we just out, we just vibe and stuff like that. I'm also, even though it's kind of like a low key guilty like pleasant thing, like I'm trying to get to know you
Mm-hmm.
without really like dating you. Because once I start, we start doing, going out one on ones, we going to restaurants, we going to movies, or we doing activities.
Uh-huh.
Then it's like it starts becoming more personal. Would you say that's fair?
Yes, I would say that's fair.
Right. So my thing is, if I'm gonna be investing my time with you,
Okay.
then I need to be focused on you so that way I can give you my full attention and really give you my full effort and to actually try to make something work. Now, whether it works or not, that's cool. But at least if I walk away from the situation, if it fails, the least I can say is, you know what, I really gave it my shot and I gave it my full attention.
Gotcha.
Versus if I'm just dating a serial dater, you might not get to talk to me on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. You might just be on a Saturday,
Well,
and I might,
that's true. That's
I might,
true. That's true.
so that's why I don't
But
consider
can't you
myself.
just date just one person and then decide that, okay, you want to court them, so there's no transition in between? It's just one or the other?
Is one. I'm just straightforward. So especially if I have an interest in someone, I'm just going to come straight with it. Yo, okay, I've been, we've been rapping or whatever case would be hypothetically,
Uh-huh.
and then I like what you got going on. I like your situation. I want to see where this goes. So that off the rip is letting them know, hey, you got my full attention.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because I think just knowing that the person that you may have an interest in, they are serial dating. Now you're in competition with whatever long fucking roster they got. They going.
Do you think
It,
competition is healthy though, in finding your
it, it,
person and
it,
finding your mate?
yes and no.
Okay.
I say yes because I think everything is competition, right? If you want to be technical, everything is competition,
Uh-huh.
but it could be bad because you don't know what you just know yourself. So if you know that this girl got like 4 other guys, now you're in the pool,
Yeah.
right? You're in competition with these 4 other guys, and you don't know what these 4 other guys are capable of, what they have, right? So in your mind, you gotta think of, well, how can I stand out? How could like
That's true.
whatever they doing, I gotta top it every single day, just to make sure that the focus
Yeah,
point is
so
on
it's
me.
based on
And
assumption. Yeah, you don't really know what the other guys are doing, so it's based on
you know what I'm
assumption.
saying? Because then I just say, yeah, I mean, even though you will hope not, right? But I just say
Mm.
she's fucking all five of us. Now,
Lord,
now I
okay.
gotta, now I gotta sit back and be like, damn. Well, this nigga might be. No, we don't want to think that way, but it's natural. It's reality.
Mm-hmm.
This nigga might be fucking her real good. So now I gotta top that nigga. I gotta blow her fucking mind out every single time I get opportunity. So I gotta make her squirt. I gotta make her cream. I gotta do some wild shit, jump off the motherfucking turnbuckle just to make sure that I'm motherfucking her crazy good.
Okay.
Right?
I
You know what
can
I'm saying?
understand that. That's a lot. Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot of mental and physical
So
work. So yeah, I can understand why a person doesn't want to go through that.
I'm not saying it's not cool. I think it's fun for people that indulge in that. For me, I don't really have the I don't have the space for that. Not saying that I haven't done it or I wouldn't be inclined to do it, but it's just like I really want to. You know what I mean? Because if you know the worst thing you could do, and I'm pretty sure you may have female friends that do it, or you may have done it yourself. You know, one nigga might get you a fucking Chanel bag, or this nigga fucking wrong got you a Birkin bag. So that
Uh-huh.
Chanel bag don't even matter no more, cause now I got a Birkin. This nigga went and spent a $10,000 bag. Baby, you gotta step your game up. Now I gotta get you two of them bitches, or
Yeah.
now I gotta buy you a car, cause he didn't get you a car. I got you a car. So that's now what are you
Yeah,
doing?
it can end up being a superficial
You know
uh
what I'm saying?
challenge rather than something deeper. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
So now you done did all this. The end result is, you know what? I really wasn't feeling you. You know, you was cool, but it's not gonna work. But bitch,
Okay.
I need my probation. I need my shit back because I done invested. Now I'm hurt.
I hope you're
You know
not
what I'm
one of those people that be like, we're no longer dating, so give me all my stuff back.
No,
That'd
no,
be funny though.
no. Me, if I anything that I ever got a female, they still have, unless they give it away. But I'm not an Indian giver. So
Okay.
if I got you something, trust me, you can have it. Cause what am I gonna do with it? Give it to another girl that's pre-owned?
Okay.
I don't do that.
Night Angel Exodus presents says competition may not be necessarily be a good thing, but it's a realistic thing. Okay, but eventually she has to decide what's best for her. True, true,
Yeah,
true. That's facts,
but see,
but
that's
it can definitely be
both.
distorted by what Kels is sharing. It can definitely be distorted if
But
it's about.
it's both sides though. Because you think about a guy, right? A guy that you may have a real interest in,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't know if this nigga really a player. You know what I'm saying? He real smooth with the ladies. Now when you go out on a date with him, you know, especially and I think we spoke upon this topic before about low self esteem.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Now that creates what? Insecurity. So
True.
now you talking to a guy that y'all both established like, hey, we're just dating, and then y'all go on a date, and now everywhere y'all go, you got eyes everywhere. Now you got to worry about fucking this bitch right here. Like you got something to say.
Yeah.
Well, nah, we just on a date, right? We just dating. So what you worried about it for? That's when the emotions start getting involved. At some point,
No, very much
at,
facts. Very much.
you know what I'm saying. So at some point, so it's like you. I feel like if you're gonna date, you gotta cap the emotional part off because once the emotional part start kicking in, now you start getting territorial. Now it's like, yo, I'm really feeling this person. He wanted to start cutting these motherfuckers off because I started to feel a certain kind of way. We not answering them phone calls, bitch. Who you talking to? You talking to Tom Tom? You know what I
So
mean?
yeah, so people start putting down the law
You know what
without
I'm
even courting
saying?
and that's still a dating
You
dating phase.
get the
Okay, I
line to
get
me,
that. I get that. I
get
get
the
that.
line talking about something you was asleep. You don't go to sleep until 10 o'clock. So who you talking to between 8 and 10? That's my time slot. So what are you saying? So
No,
yeah, I
I,
mean, so it start unwarranted arguments. Cause now it's like then you start looking at them like, wait, we were just dating though.
gotcha.
The fuck you mean?
Okay,
Like
I can understand that point of view.
we just
Okay.
we went on dates five Fridays in a row. What you mean? You know what I'm saying? So
No,
that's why
definitely,
that's
Kels.
why
Definitely.
the
I wanted to hear your perspective, and your perspective really does make sense. So I get it, and I thank you for allowing me to pressure you on here, even though you didn't show your face.
I mean, it
I
wasn't no
thank
fussing.
you.
I mean,
I thank you.
yeah.
I'm just
So,
playing, you know
I,
that, but thank you.
I know, no problem, no problem.
Okay, so thank you. I appreciate that.
Mhm. Got
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, so yeah. Um.
How you got in the button? I don't know how you get off it 'cause I don't do
I
this
don't
often.
know either. I think that you would have to
So you know
take yourself off.
what?
I invited you in, but
I'm
I
gonna
don't know
just
how to get you
I'm
off.
gonna, I'm gonna just go ahead and just exit, and then I'm gonna go ahead and re-enter at the bottom.
Okay. Thank you, Kels. I
No
thank you
problem.
for I appreciate you sharing your insight.
No problem.
So the next topic out of should you court or should you date, which Kels was so kind enough to share his perspective, was kinks before dating, right? Should you share what your kinky side is, right? So I am, for the short term, going to say no. You shouldn't share your kinks until you are solidified in an exclusive relationship. And this is the reason why. Story time. Okay. So I work in, like, this is my background. So again, mental health, human services, marriage and family, substance use, right? So I'm working. Um, if you guys are familiar with Queen, right? Jamaica Ave has a lot of human services places and things of that nature. So I'm there working at work, and I there's a security guard that's there, and he's cool. I like his vibe for the most part. He seems like he's friendly, whatever. And we start, talking or whatever. And we then share each other's, um, we exchanged phone numbers first. We exchanged phone numbers. And then we decided to share social media information, right? So you think it's cool, whatever. We're just following each other, which that goes to my last video. So check that out about whether or not you should follow a person's socials when in dating. But through my Instagram and everything like that, he found out that I had an OnlyFans page. So he had been kind of overzealous in the beginning, but he like stepped on the gas when he found out that I had an OF and was like, "Oh, can I come over? Can we chill?" Wanting to have sexual conversation with me. And I, for all intents and purposes, was like, why are we talking about this? Like, you haven't even taken me on a date. Like, why are we having this conversation? And I realized, right, that when a person can find out certain personal information about you, they want to delve into that first. They dating, getting to know you is more now on the back burner because they want to find out about this, whatever that is. And for me, it was me having an OnlyFans and what that meant. Now, for the smart person, we know that OnlyFans is a source of entertainment, a source of hustle for a lot of people. a source for them to maybe indulge in certain fantasy work. Excuse me. Plenty of different reasons why a person would have an OnlyFans. But in typical, I'm going to say fashion, people think about just porn and about sex. And so they feel that this person is out there. And frankly, I was not, very much not. And really on my own journey of doing certain things. But I digress, so we're not going to get into that. But the fact is that knowing that I would do certain things, foot fetish stuff, dominatrix things, this person was more now in tuned into that rather than getting to know me. So even though I believe like a person should get to know you and you share like your kinks, I don't necessarily think that it is wise to just have a conversation about what turns you on, what you like, and stuff like that until you're really that is your exclusive person. Because I find that it can be just distracting to the overall goal of getting to know the person, getting a relationship. They now are more they're fetishizing basically over your kink, whatever that might be, whether it might be that that you're a screamer, that you are a dom, that you like to do certain things, you can do certain things, your body does certain things, and they've never experienced those things. It seems like whatever was the focus at one point is no longer the focus now. And um, it's disappointing. It's disappointing, very much so, that a person can get so distracted. And I mean, we're only human, so I can't say it's necessarily a wrong thing or a bad. Well, it is a bad thing because it's like if you have a goal, then you're not going to meet it. It's not going to be accomplished. It is going to be a distraction. And if I'm saying I want to be a wife, and you're distracted by the fact that I can do splits on the dick, then that's what you're more focused on. So that you might be interested in putting a ring on it, but you're more interested now to see how she can do a split on the dick. And I feel like we just now you can't be as open. Okay, so you do have to be mindful in what you talk about because you can cause a distraction within your dating or courting relationship. And again, I want us to be as successful in our dating experiences as possible. So yeah, again, if you are a person that's a sharer, wind that shit back. Wind that back. Do not give all the tea on what you do in the bedroom because you are going to table up you are going to limit your chances them seeing the true you. They're going to be fully distracted by what they think that they're going to get from you rather than seeing you as an overall person. Like I said, I do modeling, I do therapy, I do all these different things, but all he could see was the OnlyFans. And so that was the complete distraction of him getting to see the true me. So again, if you're going to share your kinks, your quirks about what you do, how you feel in the relationship, wait till you guys are actually most likely exclusive. So that can no longer distract from the facts of whether or not there's going to be a true relationship. Okay. Night Injustice presents says exactly. Sharing kinks too early can be a distraction and can convolute the dating process. Yes, as we agree. For those that are just coming in, welcome to Kaynichole After Dark. As I go live, 9 o'clock on Wednesdays. Please set your notification bell if you want to get notifications of me going live. If you have missed the live, you can always watch the playback on YouTube. Please be sure to like, subscribe to the conversation at The World of Kaynichole on YouTube, Kaynichole After Dark. And yes, if you support what I'm doing, please buy a badge. I have my all my merch on MadCloud, and you can go ahead and check that out as well. So yeah, and okay, so we are at 9:57. I was actually going to go into another topic, but I think I'm going to leave it at this. So it leaves an opportunity for it to marinate, for people to grasp the conversation instead of making it super long. I'm realizing that maybe an hour is sometimes too long for people to watch in a playback. So I think 45-minute segment is a pretty decent. So I'm going to save the next one for next time, but it's super juicy. So we're definitely going to have fun with that, our next conversation. But I just want to talk about the meat and potatoes of certain things that I feel are important in having a successful dating or courting process, and how to avoid some of the pitfalls that we might land in, being oversharers or having certain personality flaws that can kind of erode the dating and courting process, because we might not know how to act. So, in closing out the conversation, I would say, again, be true to yourself, but also be aware of what you're sharing and what you're disclosing about yourself, because it can make or break what you're trying to create. Oh shit, the bars. So, thank you for tuning in to Kaynichole After Dark. Again, with the notification bell so you don't miss any of the lives. Watch the playback on YouTube, put the notifications, subscribe, all that good stuff, like, comments, and yeah. At the end of the night, I must say, always keep your crown straight. I'll be in touch, and I hope that you do the same. Take care and have a great rest of the week.